I don't think I missed this last year. I didn't. This is not my fault, because I covered this zone last year. This is brand new. Well, it's not new. The wildlife have placed it here for us to see. They got it from someplace though, because I got up every single piece of garbage out of here this time last year. I'm taking it down lower so I can grab it on my way out of here. What's going on? What's up, everybody? Happy beautiful Saturday. We made it into November. It's about 73 right now. Beautiful. Well, just as you probably already know, it hasn't rained in almost a month. That's cool. Just let nature do what it wants to do. Don't interfere with it, you know. Let them balance their own nature. What am I doing out here today? It's already 12 noon, man. Is that a preform right here? Yeah, you know, it hasn't rained in almost a little bit under a month. Let's say 3 weeks and a few days. Not quite exactly a month. I think the last time it stormed or even rained just a little bit was back when Helene rolled through. And that was anything but a little bit. I'm in kind of chill mode, you know. Is that a crystal? Yeah, I covered out here, I did. Right after Helene hit, I think the very next couple days, found a few nice pieces. But I'm out here going to be doing something I haven't done before. And I'm going to be spending the entire day doing it. Got these heavy duty boots on. I don't even know why I'm looking in the gravel bars, guys. I just had this hankering of coming back out here and just kicking things around in the water. You know, just raking things up with the feet. In hopes that I'm going to collect some ancient pieces more in one single day than I have 2 years combined out here. Every single time I come out here, I'm always limited when it comes to the time frame, though. It's usually after work adventure. Got about an hour and a half to look around. Got sick of that for real. Even though we did recover a few things a long time ago. And not just a long time ago, it keeps on coming. We just have to be patient. But as far as today goes, this beautiful fall weather, I'm going to be jumping into the shallow waters and just doing what I've been meaning to do every time I come out, which I can never pull that thing off. Why am I looking here? There's nothing in here. It's all going to be in places like that. I'm going to be kicking it around. You know, like the professionals do in places like Missouri. I thought about going to Home Depot and getting one of those rakes. You know, not a leaf rake, but a heavy duty rake. Like a weed rake or whatever they call those things. And bringing it on out. Haven't graduated to that level yet. Let me go ahead and get the moving things around with the feet. I'll let you know if I find anything. See, this is what we get to indulge in today. As long as I feel necessary. I mean, we can't always get shafted every time we come out, you know. I mean, the last couple of times, to be honest with you, the last couple of times we have been blessed. I mean, a couple of paleo here and there, you know, transitional. Small little white ones, whatever. A couple of large Mara mountains over the course of the last couple of months. But after all these years, knowing that they should have more, that they do, All it takes is for us to come out and just do something like that. Pile things up, you know. I'm going to use my feet as a rake. Look at that transition. I mean, look at that. If I focused on a few pockets today, over the course of the next 6 hours, you know, tomorrow's the world famous day. A very unfortunate day for people like us, you know, prime explorers, artifact collectors, that kind of thing. People like to get out. When we gotta turn the clocks back, and we lose an hour of daylight instantly. That's all right though. It's coming back in March. Yeah, but look at that. Let's hope I can add a few paleo to the pocket, or just anything in general. I know you're gonna say, man, you should just have a rake. It'll be a lot easier on the back. It'll be a lot easier, period. And you can cover more territory. Rake things up in a pile, flatten it out. Act like a little nature out here, you know. The things that they do, the kind of that tribulation that they conduct out here when it storms. You know, I thought I saw something that was pretty. That thing. It is pretty. Not exactly what I'm looking for today. I'm looking for many things that are most likely hiding. Not too bad for a couple of minutes, you know. Trying to see what I'm up against when it comes to the forces we have to use within the legs and within the back to move things around. I know how this creek operates though. Most of the gravel is going to be within a couple of inches, maybe less than that. Everything else under the gravel is going to be nothing but sand. Layers and layers, inches of sand underneath it. So we just have to scrape the tops, flip things over, you know. Could you imagine if I could do this for at least a couple thousand feet? Man, we would probably find at least 10 white ones. Yeah, this is like a last minute desperation attempt for 2024. The lack of rain causes desperation within the soul. It does. Hey, what's that? It's like a perfect rectangle, a block. Probably a piece of wood, probably a rock. Oh, it's a brick. Griffin pipe. Well, it's a pipe. Griffin Pipe Products. You're going to say that's your first artifact of today. Actually labeled. I'm going to leave that joker out here so we can find it. Ain't nothing like coming back to find things thousands of years later and have text on it. Text. Words on it. I'm out here looking for the ancient ones that have stuff like that on it. Can never find it. Go figure. They know what's up out here. And we're about to find out what's up today. But you know, if I don't collect anything at all, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I mean, if I don't collect anything at all, at least I had fun doing this. Because I always try to have fun. Especially when it comes to historical recovery. Exactly what I wanted to see. Right up in here. With this little experiment that I'm conducting for today. To see if anything develops. You know? Because stuff like this is going to be hiding. I know it's nothing much. It's just a piece of milk glass. That's it. That's all it is. But stuff like that is going to be underneath. Until we flip things over. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Good experiment thus far. Let me go ahead and keep on, you know, moving things around. Kicking it. We're kicking it today for real. Hands down, this opens up so many doors for opportunities to find major history out here. Should have been doing this before, but you know, it takes me a while just to cover the surfaces. You're talking about an entire day just to look at what's on the surface and hope that we get a glimpse of what's beneath. You know, an edge of like a paleo point or something like that, like I have in the past. Gotta get down deep, at least 3 inches below, and scoop it up. You're gonna say, you gotta get a rake, man. You gotta get a garden rake. With a garden rake, I could probably rake up half the creek in one single weekend. I talked about this before, I did. Here's the issue that I have with it, though. I mean, imagine if I did this. Look at that piece of glass, never seen before out here. Underneath. Yeah, but here's the issue that I have with it, though. I mean, imagine if I spent 2 weekends doing this with a garden rake, up and down the creek, and collected, let's say, 45 ancient pieces. 45. The issue is that means that we collected everything that was even hidden, which means it's going to take a long time for there to be more, you know, because we practically would have collected almost every single piece that was either on the surface or hidden, you know. Always got to think about that. You can't always have everything in one single day, one single weekend. Looking for those magical edges. I mean, the driving force to this is like a couple of months ago when I came out a little bit further down the creek and sent right on the surface was a top to a paleo point. Probably a Dalton, great shirt about that big. You talk about a heartbreaker relic. Had lateral flaking on it too. And it was sitting right on the surface. In the water. Like kind of hidden within the sand. And it made me think, like I always think like that. If it's going to be like that, imagine what's going to be underneath. If we ever have the time, you know. Of course, I'm choosing the worst possible time to try to attempt this. Coming up to fall and winter. Losing daylight. Losing leaves on the trees so people can see us from behind their subdivisions, whatever. Wide out in the open. Well, it is a learning process. Where to move things around, where not to move things around. Or else you're going to get stuff like this. You're going to be standing around for eternity waiting for the silt to clear out. The dust, the clouds. On these corners like this, you know. Where things have a tendency to get hung up. Ancient pieces. And even when you kick it, you're not going to see jack for a while. Well, I was trying to kick it down towards the current, you know, the flow of the water. And it just keeps circling as slow as humanly possible. Great thing about this too, man. It's like when you step on this after you move it around, it feels like we just went through a flood event out here. Everything is soft and you can go down deep within it. Ain't no way, man. Yeah, it is a learning process, though. Get a load of this. Looks like I just kicked up my first artifact ever. Kind of. No, it's not paleo, but I think it might be a sort of a bowl or something like that. Right up in here. I was pushing things up like this. Could it just be a rock? Well, would you look at that? Top of a bowl. First time sifting and recovering something, and I've been here for an hour. I don't even know if it's worth it doing in here. You know, there's a lot of like heavy stuff in here, which means we're gonna be blocked. Well, dang. Seems like I can never make the best decisions, or even an authentic decision for myself when it comes to this hobby, man. Well, you know how we think about times when it comes to the footprints and stuff that we find. Some of the time we just can't get away from it, even when there's not really anything to look for in the gravel bars. People end up doing the same thing we're trying to do. Hey, wait a minute. Well, I guess who ended up moving things around here didn't think Da Vinci style, because there's a part of something I always love, enjoy finding, and we don't find a lot of it. The blue enamelware stuff. Perfect. Cool. I think I might have kicked up another one. Another piece of pottery. Weird how it hasn't been the points yet. It's been nothing but a pottery so far. Hold up, wait a minute. I think I know where my first one might be. And it's nowhere near here. It's further down over here to the right. Probably about maybe 145 feet. A huge portion of a tree right there, very top up there, just fell off. Scared the crap out of me. Sounded like a plane was crashing. A whole big chunk of it. No high winds, nothing like that. No teddy bears climbing up to the top, try to get a bird's eye view of what I'm up to. Just a big trunk of the tree just fell all the way down to the creek. Tells me I need to go down there ASAP. There could be one in a spot like this. Well, dang. I didn't know I was going to find something like this out here. Ahead of the ancient pieces? Well, I'm talking about the points. This is a different kind of point, but it's backwards. Still no blades yet, but at least I have a smashed eraser. It's already 2:15, but that's not too bad. I got out here at 12 noon. Well, about 11:30 to be honest with you. Just takes a little bit of time for me to get going. Still nothing yet though. I'm in a thick current up in here, which means anything that's here is going to just be right on top. There's probably not going to be a lot underneath. No, that's not a point. I looked at that earlier. Beautiful day. Yeah, but I got something in my right hand I'm about to give back. It's a Terminator crystal that's been rubbed down like you'll never believe. Beautiful. Look at that, it's crystal clear right there. And then the second I pick this thing up, I heard a frequency. Hello, little salamander. Excuse me, that's not a blade. Thought it was. Yeah, but the second I did this, I felt the frequency of the landscape, the breath of it fluctuate. It's almost like they're trying to tell me that they want it back. I'm not going to take it. It's a little bit too rubbed off. But we're right under that tree. Right there. Whole top busted off and fell down through here. Making me think that something's up over here. Haven't found it yet, but I think it could be something else. It's a very powerful place right here I'm standing in. A lot of EVPs in this one single spot. I think they might have had a community or something up on the hill. They like to say a lot in this one spot. And of course, the second I start talking, we get the first airplane all day long right above us. What are the odds of that happening? You see anything sticking out? Any edges? Haven't seen anything for the past 500 feet. Yeah, no reason to look in the gravel bars. We got to create our own by moving things around in the water with our own feet. Yeah, you talk about a very special spot. I think the last couple of times I came out here on audio, the spirit of the land out here, them, said, lift up a rock or something like that. They said, lift up a rock, you will like it. That kind of instructions are those, guys. I mean, which rock? Now I'm telling you, they like to talk out here. See, I have a couple ideas. Either the rock is not here, it's in another spot, which I already know where it is. Or it is actually one out here, and there's something underneath the giant rock. Lift up a rock, you will like it. But which rock out here? You talk about a needle in a haystack. There's so many large rocks out here to lift up. I mean, what's under the rock? I guarantee it's going to be something we would like. I bet it could be a cache of ancient blades, fully intact. So that's an adventure I gotta try to do out here later on. Probably not today, most definitely not today. We need a lot more time to go through every single spot we can to try to find what rock they're talking about and lift up a rock to see if we can find what they're talking about that we would like. They know that we would like. I guarantee it's probably a cache of ancient blades that the ancient peoples left behind underneath the giant rock for them to come back and find and get later. You know? A rock like no other that they would remember where they hit them under, you know? I guarantee you that's what it is. If that is the case. If that is the case. If the rock is out here, I think I know what's going to be beneath it. There's no way in heaven that this is happening. No way that this is happening. This shouldn't even be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed that we're not finding anything. Impossible. I should have collected at least 2 of them. Fully intact. I mean, I'm scraping down like 4 inches and spreading it out. So far, I'm up to like, I'd say at least 490 feet. Might as well say 500 length of the creek. I'm trying to get every bit that I can. Impossible. I mean, a rainstorm can roll through here and expose at least 2 or 3 and sit them right on top of a gravel bar and wash it off nicely. But yet there's nothing here yet. Learning a valuable lesson when it comes to this right here. This way of looking for the ancient pieces. learning a valuable lesson. There goes another 73 feet. And still nothing. You already know what I'm going to say. If I was in Kentucky, Missouri, Ohio, some parts of Alabama, especially Tennessee also, we would have found at least 30 by now. Everything that we find and recover out here comes from places like this. Covered up. It's yin and yang up in this thing. I don't get it. I mean, I'm looking in a spot, in all the spots that are hidden from the eye. And actually manipulating this, manipulating it. And there's not a dang thing here. Where's it all coming from then? Of course, it gets more hilarious. Get a load of what I just kicked up, man. Out of everything out here, I kick a piece of jewelry up out. I know it's fake. I think they're glass, though. How long is this thing? Would you look at that? Strange. In its Halloween colors. It's orange. Out of all things, we find this. No blades yet, but we're going to find this. I guess I'll have to be okay with it. Beautiful. Ain't nothing like finding treasure. What kind of day am I having? Keep your fingers crossed. I think from here on, in this spot, all the way through, I might have to end the day out here. It might take 2.5 hours just to move things around. Man, if I don't find one single paleo or fully intact blade up in here, Dalton, whatever, I don't know what to say about that. There's no way this is impossible. I guess I'll just have to keep saying it. I mean, welcome to GA, right? Welcome to GA. This is what we get in GA. Even we have times like this where we decide just to go all out and work our hardest to find it. Exercising the body, moving things around like a rake, like a bulldozer, and still not finding a dang thing. I probably kicked up what? Close to a couple million rocks so far today? And I guarantee you, watch this happen, watch this happen. The next time it storms, we're going to come out here and find 5 just like sitting right on top. What an insane hobby when it comes to GA. Yeah, I think I'm done here. I'm not finding anything. I kept on going. It's about 5:15 right now. We only got like an hour of daylight left. Not a dang thing. A quarter of a mile of sifting through I don't know how many rocks. Moving things around with the feet. Thought I was going to hit it right today. Boy, am I going to be sore tomorrow by doing this. Especially the insides of the thighs. You know, that's one heck of a workout. Doing this with both legs. And then shuffling through the sand and the rocks forward and backwards like this. 6 hours. And not a dang thing. Won't be doing that again. See you later. Well, I just kicked up something on my way back. Thought it was a brick. No idea what this thing is. Wait a minute. It's where they caused all the ruckus right here when they dropped off the entire top of the tree. And I said they're probably trying to tell us that there's something out here. They know where everything is, historic or not. Looks like we're going to add something to the pocket. That is quite the beautiful artifact, and it's not even ancient. Imagine if it was ancient. Looks like it might have been a different color. I don't know, can't tell. There's something here. It's like it's peeling off. Thanks for the recovery, whatever it's supposed to be. Whatever it is, I don't know. Some kind of figurine that's not ancient. Let me go ahead and say it. Thank you very much for getting my attention. Dropping off the top of the tree. Scaring me to you know what. Because I know that you know where everything is. Historic or not. You know we would like to recover it. Not a dang thing all day except for this, 2 pieces of pottery and a piece of jewelry. Wonder where the rest of it is.